Welcome to the podcast. If you'd like to listen to an ad-free version of this episode and all of our episodes, then search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. That's our premium channel where all of our ad-free and advanced episodes live, all in one place. True Crime Today Premium Plus. Search it on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. Even try it for 3 days free.
The dead don't speak, but their stories do. Welcome to Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi, featuring defense attorney and host of the podcast, Defense Diaries, Bob Motta.
Ben Fields, he's a former deputy sheriff in Letcher County, Kentucky, convicted in 2022 of rape and sodomy involving a female inmate. It was a big controversy in the town at the time, convicted of saying that he was coercing women into sexual acts, offering judicial favors such as reduced bail and relief from monitoring devices. Quite a little scheme he had going on there. But did it end there? Now, people are wondering that after District Judge Kevin Mullins was found dead in his chambers after being shot by the Sheriff Shawn Stines in a very dramatic video that we've all seen. Now there's audio coming out. There's audio testimony from one of the individuals involved in this case, one of the whistleblowers, Sabrina Adkins, stating that she's seen video of Judge Mullins, he is dead, having sex with women in his chambers. It's released and revealed on News Nation just the other night. Joining me to discuss, Bob Motta, defense attorney. We all knew it was probably going to get dark. What's your reaction?
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, when we heard during the arraignment, a lot of stuff came out, or it was the preliminary hearing when they, really kind of brought some stuff out. And that's when we found out that the judge had Stines, Mickey Stines, the sheriff who is the defendant in the case, had his daughter's number stored in his phone and had just communicated with his daughter. Like right away, you started thinking like, what's going on here? And then I had known pretty early on that there was that lawsuit going on, that Stines was named as a defendant. He wasn't the primary defendant because it was Fields. He was the defendant because Fields was his employee. He was a deputy sheriff under him. So like Stines was named in that complaint. And it's a federal lawsuit that's currently being litigated right now. And, man, it sounds like there was some stuff going on. It's not like Fields is currently in prison. So he's been convicted. So Fields again is the deputy.
Yeah.
Okay. And he is who they were talking about in that audio recording.
Yeah.
And man, this thing is going to be something. Like you could tell it was going to be something when it had, like, that dude looked just way too normal. And I'm talking about Mickey Stines to go in like in chambers and put a judge down in chambers in that way. Yeah. Like I think he shot him 8 times. I mean, that there was something heavy duty going on. And to me, it very much looked like a protection mode type thing, like a guy protecting his family. That was my initial instinct. And man, I'll tell you, it's going to be a thing. That's for sure.
I mean, it's pure conjecture right now, but I'm wondering, what did Sheriff Mickey Stines know about what was going on with Mullins and the other deputy who is, behind bars right now, Ben Fields, when all this was going on? I mean, he was quite close with the judge. They had lunch that day. They had been family friends for quite a while. I mean, if you're going on the layers of horribleness, I guess it's one thing to be aware that this judge is doing these things and this other deputy was once doing these things. But then what more was he doing? I think that's where the question comes in when we start talking about the possibility of his daughter's information being on the judge's phone. We don't know anything about what actually happened there, but how much do you think the sheriff knew before any of this, even before we get to the picture of the daughter in the chambers that day?
I think not much. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is a thing that kind of came to a head. I mean, obviously that federal suit was filed in 2022. Okay. Or February of 2022, I believe. It was definitely filed in 2022. Yeah. So he knew what the allegations were, right? So he knew that there was allegations that his employee was basically using his power and his position to, extract sex from, people that were either under arrest or threatening arrest or, trying to get monitors off their ankles, whatever the case may be. And so he obviously had some kind of knowledge that it was going on. Whether or not he had a hand in it is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to know at this point. I tend to think because of the response that it was a surprise.
Kind of caught him off guard, maybe.
That's what I mean. That response, just kind of losing it right there, or to do it in his chambers, probably having a full understanding. He knew he was never walking out of those chambers, getting away with it. You know what I mean? That is a manslaughter type response where the heat of the moment, that something broke in terms of information and he just lost it, man. It feels like that to me. And now we're starting to see the seedy underbelly of what it might have been. So
welcome to the podcast. If you'd like to listen to an ad-free version of this episode and all of our episodes, then search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. That's our premium channel where all of our ad-free and advanced episodes live, all in one place. True Crime Today Premium Plus. Search it on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. Even try it for 3 days free.
You're in the thick of a true crime saga, every detail sinking in. And then, wham, a commercial about something you couldn't care less about. It's like being served a microwaved dinner at a 5-star restaurant. But it doesn't have to be this way. Go for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. With True Crime Today Premium Plus, you get uninterrupted, ad-free episodes, extended interviews that dig even deeper into the muck, and early access so you can brag to your friends. It's like ordering the secret menu at a crime buffet. So, search for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts, subscribe, and savor every twisted detail without interruption.